Hello, this is Jonas, and I'm currently going to be reviewing the HE-162. This jet I consider the anti-jet jet of the German Air Force, and the reason I say that is because it really doesn't have the stopping power to take down too many planes very quickly. It is cheap enough where I can fly it around and I won't have to worry about whether it gets shot down or not. In fact, if I go head-on with a MiG-15, a 163, or anything like that, I consider it a win because, like I said, it's very cheap, and then I can bring out my 163 and get the 10,000 lines back, or my 262 and get the 10,000 lines back fairly quickly. I'll bring it out now and kind of give you a show of what it is. It only climbs at 23 meters per second, and it doesn't turn too well. And it's not too fast, but it can keep up with a MiG-9 in a straight run. Turning definitely slows this thing down quite a bit, though. So, as you can see, it kind of looks like a bat almost, or one of those squirrel suits with a jetpack on the back. It may be able to hit a Typhoon hard enough to take it down. I did not do that. But as you can see in a dive, it does get some pretty good speed. It gets about 800 and can climb fairly well back up to a decent altitude. There are a few other jets in this game. I'm going to stay low because I do not want to get too involved in that jet warfare up there yet, as it doesn't climb that well, so I try to stay around 1,000 to 2,000 meters with this. If I try to get any higher than that, I'm really going to get myself into a lot of trouble. And I'll add that on here. I mean, with a 262, you don't want to get too high as well. You're going to try to limit yourself to 1,000, 2,000 meters so you can actually pull up. Because if you start climbing too much, you're going to end up slowing yourself down way too much to pull up and even defend yourself against maybe something that's dropping on you. And you don't want to do that with any of those planes, because otherwise you're just wasting your plane. But moving on, I'll see if I can jump in here, help out a couple of my teammates. He's got an MC-202 on him. I'll give it a strafe, or a strafing run, whatever you want to call it. And I got one. It does take planes out, but you definitely need to get a few hits on it. I think I got about 5 on that one. And as you can see, the guns are decent, but that was a 202, so it wasn't anything too special. Let's see if I can do anything to this 163 over here. I got 9 seconds on the reload, so he may be past me. In fact, he probably will be by the time I get over here, but I'll see if I can turn on these guys and do any damage. And hey, I didn't even need to. Very convenient. Hey, there's the anti-jet jet at its finest. Do a little twirl for that one. How about it? I was not honestly expecting that. I think I got a 163 on me right now. I'm not sure, but that was actually pretty cool. I normally do not get that opportunity in a game with a 162, but I'm glad it's on video. And overall, I mean, this has been a great round for a 162, being that I'm able to pull off 2 kills already, and one of them being a jet. And I'll see if I can take out a G6 too. That'd be a nice addition to it. And another thing, you're going to want to pull away from battles really quickly if you get in them, because this thing does go down pretty darn easily. MiG-15 closing on me, so I'm going to dive out of the way a little bit. He's trying to tail me. Hopefully he gets tailed himself. And we got MiG-9 that I can get on here. This is actually one of the best fights I've had in quite some time. With 162. And normally this used to be the first plane I would bring out against jets if I were in a jet battle, just because of the cheap price, and I've gotten away from it lately. But after this I may actually get back into it a little bit more, because this has been fun so far. And MiG-15 down, cool. And what else can I say about this plane? No air brakes. I have yet to ever use the flaps because it slows me down way too much. I like to avoid getting in too many conflicts with it. I kind of use it as a defensive plane. Really is something that is expendable, and I like that in a jet. Dive speed. Let's see what we can get here. Dropping down from about 1300 on about a 45-degree angle downward. Got to about 800, so it dives about as fast as the LA-5, as I said before. Got a MiG-9 on me. I turn about as fast as a MiG-9. Let's see if I can do anything that'll get me out of this, but I may get shot down. Got a few people helping me out, which is nice, which is also why I do stay around the base quite often with this plane, because I do like to have a lot of help. And MiG-9 down. Well, thanks for that one. And we're actually doing pretty good this game, flying in the 162 so far. And one thing I will say about flying a jet, it is always nice to have friends. Fly with people, otherwise you're going to get yourself caught into places that you don't want to be caught in, and that ends up being just a hassle and not that much fun. Like, I got two guys I'm with right now. Neither have jets, but at least they're able to, if I'm around the base, able to help me out, able to spawn with me, able to just keep people off my back if I get in trouble. And what else do they have in here that I should probably go up against? I'll go for a bomber and try to give you an example of what it takes to take down a bomber. Alright, getting within a kilometer. And that 262 definitely took him down way faster than I did. And one recommendation I'm going to make, and I used to do this so often and I don't anymore, and I don't know why I changed, is bring out your lower jets first, so you don't get yourself caught in situations where you're going to end up losing your top tier jet and just not even wanting to play the game. If you bring out a lower jet, you're going to be able to fly around, and if you do lose your jet, you're still, I mean, you still can compete, you still can take people out. It's not as much of a big deal. Hey, Skip's got 2 jets this game. Alright, and maneuverability. I do have another jet on me here. It's a 262. I may be able to outrun him, but he has a lot of big guns. So I'm going to stay around these boats and hopefully they will help me. And he is down. Nice. Staying around the base. Helpful, helpful, helpful. I'm going to give it an attempt at a land so you can kind of visualize what this thing has. It is a decent landing plane. I've landed better, but it is able to capture an airfield, as you can. Oh, slow down, capture. There we go. And for a jet, that's pretty cool. Minus that whole crash right there. I think I just lost a little bit too much there from that meteor. But that's the review of the HE-162. Pretty cool plane. I recommend getting it maybe as your alternate if you have the extra lines to get to the 163. Definitely fun to come in with right away. Otherwise, I would definitely wait around if you don't have the lines to get the 163, and then once you get the lines, get the 162, get the 262, and kind of work that way. But fun jet overall.